Okay, in this exercise, we're going to be talking about using functions in Excel. So you need to have your guided practice open from your H drive and make sure that sheet 8 is your active sheet. And functions are, like for example, these are pre-made formulas that are entered into Excel. So some of the common ones that we'll use in this unit are average, calculating the minimum, the maximum, but they definitely make life a lot easier when building formulas and functions in Excel. All right, so number 2 says use the sum function to add the numbers in cells A1 through F1 and cells A2 through F2. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the answers in column G. So all of our answers are going to go in this column. And today, guys, I'm going to show y'all how useful MathMouse is. And if you remember MathMouse, and if I hover on the lower right hand corner of my cell, you can see MathMouse appears. Okay? All right. So, first step is we are going to select the range of A1 through F1. So make A1 your active cell, highlight over all the way to F1. Make sure you're on the Home tab. And from the Home tab, you are going to see in the right hand corner, here is a epsilon, okay? This stands for your functions, okay? And if I hit that drop down menu right next to it, you can see it says sum, average, count numbers, maximum, minimum, and then I can even open up a larger menu that would show me all of the functions that you can do in Excel. All right, but this time it wants us to select the sum function, okay? So that was the first one. So with that range selected, I hit sum, and you can see in column G, there is the answer. And when you take the sum of something, what you're doing is you're actually adding up all the numbers in that row, okay? And it wants us to actually use the sum function on cells, the range of cells of A1 through F1 and A2 through F2. Well, this is the beauty of MathMouse. If I've built, you can see if I press on G1, make that my active cell, you can see it says equals the sum of the range of A1 through F1. I've already built that formula once, so now I can use MathMouse and I can copy that down to G2, and it will automatically add up all of the numbers that are in the range of A2 through F2. So with G1 as my active cell, I'm going to hover on the lower right corner, I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag down. And if I click on cell G2, you can see it calculated the sum of the range of cells of starting with A2 through F2, and it put the answer right there in G2. All right, so that is how MathMouse can be such a powerful tool in Excel. All right, so now let's go ahead and go to number 3 in our gold packet. Add the numbers in cells A1 through A6 and cells B1 through B6, placing the answers in row 7. Okay, so this time we are going to use still that sum function, but we are actually going to place the answers in row 7. So again, let's highlight the range of A1 through A6. And then we go up to our editing section, and then we can just click on where it says auto sum. And there is all of those numbers added up for me. Okay? And then we're going to repeat that for B. But again, I've already built the formula here, so I can use MathMouse just to copy that over. So I'm going to hover my mouse again on the lower right hand corner, click and drag over, and then you can see if I make B7 my active cell, you can see here is equals the sum of B1 through B6. Okay, now we're going to use a different type of function. We're going to use the average function. So, number 4, use the average function to average the numbers in cells A3 through F3 and cells A4 through F4. And we're going to place the answers in column G. So, let's first highlight the range of A3 through F3. And then we're going to go back up to that editing section. But instead of doing auto sum, we're going to click the down arrow and we're going to select average. All right, so if I click on G3 and look at my formula bar, it says equals the average of A3 through F3. All right. And then it also wants me to repeat that for A4 through F4. Well, I've already built it once, so let's use Math Mouse and we'll just copy that down. So again, hovering on the lower right hand corner, I can click and drag down to G4 and it will copy that down. So let's confirm that the formula in G4 is correct. Equals the average of A4 through F4. Yep, we're good. All right, number 5, let's average the numbers in cells C1 through C6 and cells D1 through D6. And we're going to place the answers in row 7. So let's highlight C1 through C6. And then we're going to come up and we're going to hit the drop down menu and we're going to select average. And then it wants us to do it for this range of cells also, but I can use Math Mouse so that I only have to do that formula or build that formula once. Click on the bottom corner, drag over. All right, so now let's go ahead and activate cell G5. And in G5, we're going to create a function or use a function that will calculate the minimum. Okay, so use the min function to find the lowest number in cells A5 through F5. So what we're first going to do is we are going to activate G5. So G5. All right. From here, let's verify our range. Okay, it's going to be A5 through F5. And then we're going to come up to our drop down menu. And this time we are going to find the min function. And here it is right here. Okay, so again, minimum function is finding the smallest number in this group. And if we look over, can we agree that the value in A5, 2.123, is the smallest number in this group? All right, so number 7. Let me verify that real quick. Yep, E7. So number 7. In cell E7, we're going to use the minimum function to find the lowest number in the range of cells of E1 through E6. So again, highlight the range, come up to your drop-down menu, and select minimum. And then again, 55.7 is the smallest number in this range. All right, so now let's move on to G6. In cell G6, use the max function to find the highest number in the range of A6 through F6. So highlight the range A6 through F6, come up to your drop down menu, and this time we're going to choose max. And that is the largest number in that range of numbers. And then last but not least, we are going to use the max function again to find the highest number in the range of number of cells F1 through F6. So select F7, okay, that's where our number is going to go. And then we're going to highlight the range of A1 through F7. And then we're going to come back up to our drop down menu and select max. All right, we're going to format all the numbers in the range of A1 through G7 as accounting with no decimal places. So A1 through G7. Oops, missed one. And again, we're going to make that accounting. So we're going to go up to our number section, accounting, and then it wants no decimals. So we're going to go and delete our decimals. Decrease. So now, numbers, no decimals. All right, go ahead and save and then activate Sheet 9. And the next thing we're going to talk about is inserting bar and line charts.